Hello, this is going to be talking about my mental health. So, if you are easily triggered by suicidal stuff and extreme depression and all that whiz-waz, it's pretty bad. Uh, Definitely click out now before I start. And with that being said, let's dive down into the brain of Lauren. So, to start, I'm not going to be including the psychogenic non-epileptic seizures nor the functional neurological disorder because I explained that in my seizures episode because it's predominantly for my seizures. So the one I'm going to be doing now is just my depression. That's very extreme. Possible anxiety. I used to have it extreme, but not anymore. There's also borderline personality disorder and bipolar 2. I'm going to go down from most common basic stuff that everyone probably knows to the more weird and extreme. So, first off, anxiety. Through a long time, I was extremely anxious about a lot of things. I was self conscious and all that stuff. As of right now, I've kind of grown out of it, I guess. I don't feel anxious. I might have the medicine for it, and so that's why I don't feel it. But I'm very confident in myself, and I kind of do what I gotta do. I survive, I do whatever I have to, and I have fun doing it, so I'm not very worried about it. The second one is my extreme depression. I actually have suicidal thoughts relatively commonly, so most of the time they're tame with no intent. However, maybe at this point once a month, maybe once a week, if it's really bad month, they'll have like some really bad where I have to like kind of force myself to not do anything. I question like why wouldn't I be doing anything? And so it just gets really bad and painful. But hey, I'm fine. I think like some of my family and friends are like, well, not some. Some of my family and friends are very suspicious of like if I'm having these suicidal thoughts as and like claiming suicidality due to wanting to get attention, and I would love to say yes because that would mean my life would be a million times easier, but sadly it's a no. I have had multiple attempts, and I right now know the most optimal way, or not the most optimal way, the most optimal four ways, and then like the most optimal way and however you would want it. So it's like really bad. I think about it a lot. It took me a while to get to where I am, to where I don't act or even have it extra constantly. It's now just like periodic thoughts, they blip up and then they blip out. So before it was completely constant. It was really bad. Next up is the bipolar 2, which is the hypomanic, which means I get a little bit manic and then depressive. So I just get super depressed, and whenever I'm in the high states, it's a little bit high. Not too high, but a little bit more than what should be considered the high for a normal person. So it's sometimes comes off for inefficient spending, I guess is a way to say it. I think the best thing would be like I spend too much sometimes, or like I care less about my medical issues, and so sometimes I think I'm invincible again. So it's not fun. So, but I think one of my medicines is treated for that. No, I have two medicines that are treated for it, so I'm that's pretty nice. The last one, which is a little less common, is borderline personality disorder. Some of my old therapists and psychiatrists were telling me that it might not be borderline personality disorder, but it is definitely a personality disorder. So I'm gonna just go off what I have right now as it is borderline personality disorder because that is the most up to date I have, and it's better to have something diagnosed versus it's something. So, borderline personality disorder. What is it? What does it do? Blah blah blah. So, a really basic thing, which is extra annoying, is I have much more extreme emotional ranges. So whenever I'm sad and depressed and stuff, it's much worse. So that's why I have like suicidal thoughts pretty often. It's because I go from all the way to the extreme, just like way down there. And then I also have some relatively extreme highs. So whenever I do get in those hypomanic states, it feels like a lot, but I don't recognize it. So that's why I spent like sometimes I used to. I've been a lot more better at controlling it. I used to spend like $15 a day whenever I had those steps, which doesn't sound like a lot, but coming from somebody who is technically homeless, unemployed, has no recurring set of income except for an allowance from my parents, I don't really get much. So $15 is 15% of my monthly cash allowed, which is a lot. It's pretty bad. So, yeah. Another thing for my borderline personality disorder is that I have attachment issues. So sometimes I'll get really attached to people really easily. So it can sometimes cause problems for relationships. I might get into abusive relationships or just not optimal relationships, and I don't want to leave because I'd be afraid I'll never find someone else again. So I'm conscious of that. I'm cerebral of it, but it's still an ongoing thing. I like whenever I had partners, I couldn't leave them because I was just so madly in love. That's another thing. I get so madly in love. And then another thing is possibly this is like the symptom that I really don't have because it is involving like irritation and anger. It says you're very irritable and quick to anger, and it's just like that's not really me. I have theoretically I have an anger issue. However, no. I wish I could be angry, but I really don't feel anger. It's very hard for me to be angry, and it's mostly for whenever people are hurting my friends, and it's like it's bad. So it's really hard to anger me. I've not been angered in a couple years now. The last time I got angered was uh actually it was just over a year. The last time I was angered was whenever there was a bigot who was talking down to me at work. So I got a bit angry. Nothing came out of it. It's not that bad. Just whenever I do get angry, whoo baby, it's bad. My therapist always joked like, "Oh, you angered Lauren? Whew, you must have did something bad." So it's just like, yeah, it's always great. But that's about that. I believe there might be something else. I think part of the borderline personality disorder also is uh, just borderline personality disorder. Oh wow, they have the same anagram, so I can't really use it. I just realized that I'm not editing this out because this is just too cute, I think. But the last thing for borderline personality disorder is also more frugal spending. I believe I'm using the word right. Frugal is more no, frugal is less, frivolous is more. More frivolous spendings. So it's sometimes bad. I think it's not that bad right now. I've been learning, I've been trying, and because I'm in a necessity bubble kind of, I'm not very smart at it. I need to get better. Like right now, I need to go get groceries, but I know what to get. I know how to get it. I know where to get it. It's not that hard. The only hard part is my feet hurt. I got bruises, not bruises. I got blisters all around it because I've been walking so much. And then also, I don't have much money, so I would have to be walking there and walk back, and it's like a 10 block at least. It's about a mile and a half there, and then another mile and a half back. So I don't have the money for Ubers or anything like that, so I would have to walk it. I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. I'm letting my feet relax. I walked a lot today, having to go to an interview, scheduling several medical appointments, sending mail for a passport, and I think I checked my mail again also. So I got four major things done. So it was a lot of walking. I walked probably 3 miles today as well. So, and as I was walking to get my gastroenterology appointment and my neurology appointment, it was pretty bad. But that's beside the point. I get distracted. Yeah, so that's all my mental health issues. I have a lot. It is complicated. It is weird. I think I also might have something else that might like make me. So I'm very good at being empathy and happy, but I'm also like very good at dissociating from the negative emotions most of the time. So that's it. That's all I know. I don't really know the rest. I haven't really been very adept at learning this. This is like sometimes, oftentimes, less important for me because I just have a lot of other physiological symptoms and issues that I have to deal with. So, mental health sometimes has to take a sit on the back burner because I can't really handle, like, I can handle the mental health much easier than any of my other neurological and physical symptoms because I have thousands of hours in therapy, so I understand it all. So, with that being said, I hope y'all enjoy. Like, favorite, subscribe, whatever, do whatever you want to. I don't care. I believe in you. I love you. Do whatever. Make sure you eat, drink your meds, drink water, eat, drink, take your meds, sleep good. Do care for you. Okay, bye.